Hey gang, it's Matt. Today is June 1st, and it is the official start of the 2026 Atlantic hurricane season. Yay! If you're like most people that live in Florida, you're going to wait until a storm is headed right toward your area in Florida to start thinking about supplies or gas or batteries or evacuation routes, and that is exactly the wrong time. In this video, I'm going to cover a few simple things that you can do right now that's going to save you a lot of time, a lot of money, and a whole lot of stress later. So let's get right into it. Okay, so the first thing you need to know are what are the risks in the specific area that you live in Florida. I'm going to play a short clip of the last hurricane that went directly over our head, and check this out.
All right, hey, it's Matt. It's getting pretty bad out here now. It's 6:15 in the afternoon. It's getting pretty bad. So this is going to be a quick one. Holy, Jesus! I can't go out there. All right, so this is Matt from Florida Boy Bushcraft and Survival. I will see you on the trail after the hurricanes! Jeez!
Okay, that was not a very fun day. That was when the hurricane, or the center of the hurricane, was still about 150 miles out to sea, and the winds were only blowing about 60, 65, maybe 70 miles an hour at that point. And we actually got over 110 mile per hour gusts at my house later that night. And that's not very fun. So you have to identify the specific risks. If you're on a coast, like if you're in a coastal community like Cocoa Beach or Vero Beach or Fort Lauderdale or Miami, you're right on the coast. You got to be mindful of storm surge. If you're inland, storm surge not so much, but if you're in a coastal area that's prone to storm surge, you got to get out, okay? Inland flooding is a big problem in Florida because Florida is basically one prehistoric sandbar, okay? And there's not a heck of a lot to stop the hurricane. It's going to bring a ton of wind, it's going to bring a ton of rain, and it's going to bring a ton of water. And even places that you would think would never flood, they're going to be prone to flooding, okay? Wind damage, of course. If you get a category 1 or category 2, you're going to get 100 miles an hour. If you're going to get a category 3, 4, 5, now they're thinking about adding a 6, you could be talking about 140, 150, 160 mile an hour winds or higher. They've had higher recorded winds out in the ocean. Luckily, they haven't hit Florida with like 175 mile an hour winds, but it's just a matter of time. Okay, power outages. The power grid in Florida is something that a 6th grader thought of. Your power is going to go out. How long? I don't know. Last year, the hurricane that hit Tampa and came over here, we were out of power for 1 day. Prior, I've been out of power for 2 weeks. There's been people in my area that have been out of power for a month after a hurricane. So you got to be prepared for power outages. Let's talk about evacuation also. That's a big one. If it's going to be a bad hurricane, you got to get out. I mean, there's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So there's a website, it's called floridadisaster.org. And all you do is you go there and you click on your county and it shows you the disaster routes. So know your evacuation routes. Even if you think you know, that might not be the best evacuation route. So know your evacuation routes. Make it a lot easier if you have to get out. Okay, so let's go on to the next thing. All right, this is a subject that nobody wants to talk about. Insurance. Now's the time. Take 10 minutes. Drag out your homeowner's insurance policy, or your renter's insurance policy, or your flood insurance policy if you have one. A lot of times, people will think that just because they have their basic homeowner's insurance policy, that flood insurance is included on it. Sometimes it is, more often it's not, but people think it is. Flood insurance is usually a separate policy, and you either have it or you don't. If your place gets flooded by a hurricane and you think you have it and you really don't, the insurance company is going to tell you to go pound sand. And then that's not going to be a good day. So get out your insurance policy, know what's covered, know your deductibles, okay? Know if there's flood rider on it or not. And the big thing is, if you're going to evacuate and there's a hurricane coming and you think there's a possibility of damage, take your cell phone or take a camera and take pictures of everything that's of value in your house. Or take videos. Better yet, take a video and save it. If you don't need to use it, you can always delete it. But if you're going to tell the insurance that, oh, I had this really, really expensive TV and it was really a $100 TV, and you don't have a video or a picture of the tag of the TV to prove it, they're not going to cover it, or it's going to be very, very difficult to get that expensive stuff covered, okay? So do yourself a favor, take a lot of pictures, take a lot of videos, document the stuff that you want to be compensated for if it gets damaged, okay? So let's move on to the next one. Okay, take it from me, you're going to want a basic supply kit. Now, I'm not talking about going out and buying a separate bin and filling it full of canned goods and flashlights and water bottles and everything else. You can do that if you want to, but I'm going to take you in and show you a spare room in my house that I use as kind of my pantry area and my overstock and my supply area. So let me show you how I stock up for a hurricane. Okay, here we are in my spare bedroom that I use for kind of my overstock pantry area. The first thing is, let's talk about water. I got plenty of room. I could stack up cases of water over here or gallons of water over there. You got to make sure that you have enough wine to ride out the hurricane, though. You want at least a gallon of water per person per day. That's drinking water. That's not washing water or flushing toilets water. We're going to get to that in a separate video. But that's drinking water, 1 gallon per person per day. You're talking about food. You got to have shelf-stable items, okay? Look at what I got. I got beans. I got Spam. I got canned veggies, okay? I got cans of chicken. There's coffee. You know, you can't live without coffee. All of this is shelf-stable stuff. Chunky soup. You know, mayo, all of this, cans of tuna, chips, okay? I got food for a long time. One thing you want to make sure you have plenty of is that, okay? And that, all right? You got to be ready. Medications, make sure you refill any medications that you're using well beforehand so you don't run out in the middle of the storm, because if you lose power, the pharmacy's probably going to be out of power too. Make sure you have plenty of batteries, make sure you have plenty of flashlights, recharge your power banks, and if you have a pet, don't forget about your bestest buddy. Make sure you got plenty of pet food, because you don't want him to run out of food, whether it's a puppy or a kitty. That's just terrible, okay? So, don't wait until a storm's approaching, because the second they put a storm out, they call it in the box out there. The second a storm is out there and they put that cone toward Florida, there's going to be a mad rush to the grocery store, and you're not going to get anything. The shelves are going to be bare in hours. So let's go on to the next one. Okay, now let's talk about family plans, or you can tie this into evacuation plans too. If you're new to Florida, or if your family's new to Florida, a lot of people have been moving into the state in the last 4 or 5 years, and they have kids or grandchildren or whatever that live either near them in the coastal areas or inland. Now's the time to contact everybody and get everybody together and say, look, here's our family plan. We live on the coast, you live inland. Here's what we're gonna do. Here's where we're gonna meet. Here's how we're gonna communicate in the event that a hurricane comes over, and you all have to go, because you all want to keep in contact with each other. You don't want to lose any family members and have to wonder if they got flattened by the hurricane and you got to check them out in the morgue later. You don't want to have to do that. So Now's the time to get everybody together, make a family plan, discuss evacuation routes, where you're going to go, where you're going to stay, how you're going to contact each other. The cellular networks get really, really congested at a hurricane. Everybody's trying to call everybody. So do it now, make a plan, and then you'll be safe. Okay, let's conclude this video. Okay, hurricane season officially begins today, but preparation isn't something that you do, and it isn't something that you start when a storm is 3 days away. So just do me a favor, do one thing this week. Maybe pull out your homeowners association policy or your renter's policy and see what you're covered if a hurricane comes over. You might find out that you don't have the proper coverage. Now is the time to get it, because when a hurricane comes up and it is in the box, as insurance companies will tell you, that means a hurricane's out there and it doesn't matter where it goes, they stop writing or adding to coverages. No matter if it's coming here or not, you have to wait until the hurricane's done to increase your coverage, and that's the wrong time to do it. But do one thing. Pull out your insurance policy, or buy an extra gallon of water, or buy an extra case of water, or buy some extra canned goods when you go to the store and put them away. Buy an extra package of toilet paper. You know how in demand that stuff is. Okay. Now, in the next video, we are going to conquer some of the great hurricane myths, some of the stuff that you absolutely should not do or worry about. Okay, and the stuff that everybody tells you to do. Take it from an old veteran. I'm 62. I've been through every hurricane here since 1964, and that's a lot of them. We're gonna cover some of the great myths. So, if you like this video and you want to see more like it, please drop down, hit the subscription button. Please leave me a big thumbs up on this video and leave me a comment down below and tell me the one thing that you do every year to prepare for a hurricane when it's on the way. I know the kind of comments that I'm going to get already from my subscribers. So once again, this is Matt, the old Florida boy, saying prepare early, prepare well, and be safe, my friends. And I will see you on the trail.